Hello, Antioch Community High School. My name is Caleb Kwasaborski, and this is my weekly weather forecast, number 11. Let's hop right into next week. So, for the week of December, we're finally hopping into winter, really in the thick of it now. So, for Monday, the 4th, expect a high of low 40s and a low of mid-30s. It's going to be pretty chilly. Tuesday, a high of mid-30s and a low of low 30s, meaning a little bit colder. For Wednesday, high of mid-30s, low of high 20s. Once again, still getting colder. Thursday, we have a wrestling meet here at Antioch. I heavily encourage all of you to go. High of around 30, and low 30s. So, once again, super cold as winter is. Friday, high of low 40s, meaning a little bit warmer, and a low of low 30s. So, low still going to be cold, but it might be a little bit warmer in the afternoon. Saturday, we have a basketball game here in Antioch. I believe it's around 3 o'clock. High of low 40s and a low of mid-30s. So the temperature should be pretty cold. But what's interesting is the temperature probability outlook. Even though it is pretty chilly, this is considered pretty above average for our area at this time. So that's why you see all the red. For the precipitation, however, we're about to be around average, so maybe a shower or two, or snow actually. Going on, I'm going to go on a bit more of a somber note and talk about an anniversary of a tornado outbreak that happened 2 years ago. I know most of us remember the Mayfield tornado that happened around 2 years ago, and you heard it over the announcements for the fundraising. I want to go over that event as it's been 2 years. I think it's necessary to at least give you that. So here it is. Here's the outbreak. We had a moderate risk for Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, even a little bit of Indiana. But here's the main risk. We had one main tornado, that being the Western Kentucky tornadoes. There's 2 of them. One started right here in northeast Arkansas, and it continued. And then it broke right at the border of Tennessee and Kentucky, and then there was a new tornado. That was the one that went through Mayfield, Bremen, all these areas in Kentucky that got hit very heavily. Now, I want to go how the SPC covered this, the Storm Prediction Center, because they really cover this with top levels of professionalism. So even at the start, when the supercell was just starting, they already identified that the threat is materializing and that strong tornadoes are possible over the next few hours. And you can see that even more, a locally higher tornado threat may develop with a more dominant supercells over the next few hours. Once again, the same area. Now, as that cell actually did produce a violent tornado, they once again highlighted that it's ongoing and it's going to continue. Then it broke up around right here, and that's when it restarted. So it cycled, and there was a new tornado, and you see Mayfield was right in that risk. That's probably where the most damage was. And as you can see, they did updates on this about every hour or so, but they made sure that the public was the #1 priority, and they made sure that everyone was safe. So once again, strong, potentially violent tornado, ongoing, and expected to continue for at least another hour. Strong to intense tornado damage threat to continue as it went on near Bremen. Strong tornado threat continues. So the SPC really nailed this on covering this supercell and warning the public ahead. And now I will show you a clip from one of my great friends, Nate Snyder.
This is probably one of the most insane things I think I've ever seen. I've covered a lot here on this channel. All right, I've done this for about 2 to 2.5 years now. Probably 2.5 years. I have seen strong tornadoes. I've seen tornadoes that went through towns and cities. I have never seen while on this channel, I have never seen while covering this channel, a strong tornado go through a city.
Here are the outbreak statistics. So we had a total of 71 tornadoes, 16 EF2, 6 EF3, and 2 EF4, that being the 2 actually, in Western Kentucky. There was at least 671 injuries and a total of 89 deaths. The Mayfield tornado path length was 165 miles. That actually is the second longest tornado track, second to the Tri-State tornado. And the total cost was at least $3.9 billion, accounting for inflation in 2022. Here is a radar loop of the outbreak. You can see the cell start right there, and you can see it persist throughout the entirety of Kentucky, usually concealing into a line once it reaches Ohio. We had another intense tornado, EF3, that happened near Dawson Springs, and that actually happened about an hour or so after this. So you can see this cell right there produced that. We had tornadoes near St. Louis, tornadoes in the middle of central Illinois, a lot of tornadoes. Now here is an evolution of the cell. It started as little storms near Little Rock. This was the first violent tornado. It hit I believe it hit a nursing home. That was most of the damage that I saw. Now, right here is when it cycled. So that means that the old tornado, this one, died out and it was replaced by the one that went through Mayfield. As you can see, what happened actually was in Paducah, which is right around here in the very southern tip of Illinois, there's a National Weather Service office there, and they lost power during this event. So the National Weather Service in Springfield, Missouri had to take over for this event. They did a great job. So as you can see, super long supercell, and it persisted for quite a while, which is why it's such a big topic in the weather community now. And this is our weekly forecast number 11.